Hello, my name is Father Jacob Rouse, and I am the pastor of Notre Dame Parish in Cresco, Iowa. I would like to continue our discussion about platitudes, which are trite, pithy statements which are said to either keep suffering and pain as far away from us as possible, or to solve the person's pain so that we don't have to deal with it, or because we just are emotionally ignorant and don't know what to say. So if you've said any of these in your life, I want you to take a moment and forgive yourself, because you're learning. That's what a great part about being a Christian is that we can learn and we can grow. So first one that we talked about, there's two more videos before this, by the way, so make sure to check those out. First one is everything happens for a reason. Wrong. Rather, God, the Almighty God, the source of all being, operates outside of time and space, and God can bring about goodness and the resurrection of Jesus through seemingly bad situations. Number two, it is what it is. This is a really dismissive and arrogant phrase, actually, to say, well, my husband just died. Well, there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. So that's not very helpful. Get over it is basically what it's saying. Next one, time heals all wounds. Well, okay, very good, but that doesn't make me want to change or advance past my current state. So time heals all wounds. What is a wound, and what is the definition of heal? You got to answer that before you can throw that at someone. Oh, the next one. Oh my goodness, one of my favorites. And by favorite, I mean I hate it. God must have wanted another angel in heaven when someone you love dies. So the point is, we don't become angels. Humans are body and soul. Angels are pure spirit. We don't become angels, and God does not take us away because he needs us in heaven. So anyway, just watch the other video. So the next one I want to do is, where'd it go? Oh, when God closes a door, he opens a window. When God closes a door, he opens a window. Okay, very good. That's not comforting either, because basically what it is you saying, I know all about the Almighty God of the universe, and I'm going to tell you from beneath my pedestal how God works. Like, come on, man. Why would you say that? When God closes a door, he opens a window. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so let's say you don't get that job, or you don't make it into that college that you wanted, or that girlfriend you wanted dumps you. So that is a door that's being closed, but maybe a window is being opened over here. Okay, whatever that means, I don't know how that analogy works, but let's say I liked that door open. What if me, the sufferer, the one who is in pain, I don't want a window, I want that door, and that's what I'm focused on. So please stay with me and mourn the fact that that door has been closed. So this new source of light and air, that window, is really tough for me to adjust to. And I need someone to be with me while I adjust to that window as I, mourn the closing of this door. So that's what I have to say about that. When God closes a door, he opens a window. First, that's assuming something about the Almighty God and assuming that you know more about God than the person who's suffering, which I don't think you do. And secondly, that person doesn't need to know that there's 50 open windows. What they need to know is that someone cares that the door that they loved has closed. That's what they need. Okay, next one. Just think about how much worse other people have it. Ooh, I'm sure grandmas, moms, whoever, I don't know, coaches maybe have said it before. Just think about how much worse other people have it. There's starving kids in China, or at least you have arms, or that kind of stuff. So this turns human suffering into a competition, which I think is extremely unhealthy and extremely destructive. So let's say I get into a car accident and I lose one of my legs. It's crushed and they have to amputate it, so I only have one leg. So, does it ease my suffering knowing that the person that I crashed into damaged and crushed both their legs and now they have to amputate both their legs. So is that an ease to me to say that, well, that person over there lost both their legs. You only lost one. No. Let's say that person who lost their legs is being compared to me, who has a fever and and a flu and or the coronavirus, and I'm throwing up and I feel awful and every muscle in my body aches. Well, at least you have both your legs. Like, that's not a good comparison at all. First of all, it's a logical fallacy. Second of all, human suffering is not a comparison, and it's not a competition. So we could also even take it to its extreme and say, well, Jesus had it worse than you did. Like, well, that's the point, honestly, is Jesus' suffering is so that he can reach the very end and fulfillment and extent of human suffering. Like, I'm trying to fit the screen here. He took it to its very extent so that we didn't have to suffer that. So never turn human suffering or pain or inconvenience even into a competition. So check yourself too when you're saying that you went on a flight. And yeah, can you believe we had to stay on the tarmac for 2 hours, or they delayed my flight by an hour and a half? Like, okay, really, like, what are you trying to say there? Also, too, note this: when I was in seminary, ... or, well, when I went through boot camp, ... or when I was your age, ... Keep in mind, we also do that for ourselves, even if it's not dealing with trauma or suffering or a platitude. We like to say that, well, when I was your age, I had to walk up the hill both ways, and we had to write in cursive, like, okay, or we only got cheese sandwiches and white bread for lunch. Like, okay, like, whatever suffering you, the subject, are going through, don't try to compare it to you, the ex-sufferer, you know? So that's my extent. That's my invitation to you, is that when God closes a door, he opens a window. I need you, the listener, to stay with me, not try to make analogies about how God works. And two, I need you to stay with me as I mourn the loss of that door. And the second one, just think about how much worse other people have it, or Jesus had it much worse. Human suffering is not a competition, and it's not a comparison. So, all right, wash your hands. Good night.